Hey guys, I'm Erik Peterson, and I'm a men's dating and relationship coach for skillofattraction.com. And today's attraction tips video is called Women Want Men of Value. Now, when most guys hear this, they think that women are only looking for money and power and fame and good looks. Now, while this would certainly be helpful in attracting women, doesn't necessarily mean that you need these things in order for women to be attracted to you. What this really means is that women want a guy that values and respects himself and adds value to her life. She wants a guy that she can also respect and admire. A guy that knows how to take the lead and that she can lean on when she needs to. She wants the type of guy that isn't going to be taking shit from anybody, including her. Because no woman wants a guy that she could walk all over, because who has respect for someone that they could take advantage of like that? No one. So in this attraction tips video, I'm going to talk about what makes a man valuable to women, not only for your own life, in order for you to be happy and fulfilled, but in order to keep her in love with you. Because if a woman doesn't perceive you to have value, she will not be with you for very long. But before I get started, I just wanted to say that I would really appreciate a thumbs up if you find this video helpful or any of my videos helpful, and for you to share it with any of your friends and family who may also find it helpful. And I would also really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button down below and tick that little bell symbol that's next to it. By doing this, you will get real-time notifications of when I upload new videos. And if you guys have any questions about any of my videos, or if you have something going on in your relationship and you want my feedback on that, just please feel free to shoot me an email. In order to do this, all you have to do is head over to my website at skillofattraction.com, click on the Contact tab, and shoot me an email from there. And I will get back to you as soon as I can. As my channel has been growing a little bit, I'm starting to get a little behind in getting back to people, but I will get back to you. Obviously, I have to take care of my paying clients first, but just be patient and you'll be hearing from me soon enough. But if you would like to get in touch with me right away, I also offer email coaching. And I offer several options, including emergency coaching, where I will get back to you within 24 to 48 hours, depending on what option you select. And I also offer monthly coaching, where I will work with you throughout the month to try to get whatever relationship issue you're having turned around and try to get you back on track. Now, I was inspired to do this video after I read an article about men and women and infidelity. And unfortunately, I did not save the link. Otherwise, I would post it in the description down below, but I did not, so we're out of luck on that. But what the article was really about was the type of women men cheat with and the type of men that women cheat with. And what was interesting was, in the study, they concluded that men don't necessarily cheat with a hotter, more attractive woman than their wife or girlfriend. They usually cheat with whoever's available. Now, women, on the other hand, they typically cheat with a man that they deem to be a higher value than them and the man that they're currently with, which basically concludes that women will always date, mate, and marry up. And what I found kind of funny about this is I love this quote from Tony Robbins, and he says that, how does it go? Women need a reason to have sex, but men just need a place. And I found that to be very true in my observations with the men I've coached and just my personal life in general with my friends and family and people around me. And I found this to be very true. So, what makes you a man of value? Well, that's a pretty big question to answer, because every woman is a little different and every woman is going to value some things more than other things. But in order to point you in the right direction, I'm going to lay out 11 traits that would be ideal in order for you to attract a quality woman and for you to have a happy and fulfilling life. But you just have to remember, with any woman, in order to keep her in love with you, you must always be her best option. So I'm going to read off these 11 traits that I have written out here to help point you in the right direction. Now, number 1 is leadership. Now, this is your ability to gently and confidently lead the interaction in the direction you want to go. But the catch is you have to do it in a loving way and where you're not trying to force her into anything that she's not ready to do. Now, a lot of guys think that by being controlling and demanding that this is the right way, but by acting like that, you're actually pushing your girl away. But if you could lead in a loving, gentle sort of way, she will gladly follow along as long as she trusts you and she feels safe and comfortable, which theoretically she will if you have at least a majority of these traits here. Now, number 2 is playfulness. Now, just like the old 80s tune says, girls just want to have fun. Now, obviously, there are going to be times when you need to be serious with your girl. But for the most part, you always want to be having fun with her and you want to be playful with her. And this does include dating and courting her because this is part of the fun, playful process. And you have to keep this up throughout your entire relationship. And if you can, she won't be able to get enough of you. Now, number 3 is self-worth. Now, this should be obvious, but this is basically your confidence in yourself and your own self-respect. See, men of value know their worth. And when guys know their worth, I mean, it just drives women crazy, but in a good way. Because there are no women out there that are attracted to insecure men. Sadly, most men are insecure. So think of it that way. If you could be secure and know your worth, you're going to be that much further along than a majority of the guys out there. Now, number 4 is your drive and ambition. Now, most men believe that it's money that women are attracted to. And of course, there are some women out there that are only attracted to money. And of course, having money will be helpful, but having money is really more of a sign of your drive and your ambition and your ability to provide for your family. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't attract women if you don't have money, but you do have drive and ambition, because after a while, at least a woman is going to see at least that you have the ability to eventually make money. So most girls, if she's into you and she sees that you have these qualities, she's going to hang in there and not hold it against you. But if you have no drive and ambition, eventually women will start to think that you just don't have what it takes to win at life. Number 5 is social ability. Now, women are typically social creatures. It's pretty rare that you run across a woman that is a loner. At least a lot more, you see it a lot more in men than you do in women. And in an ideal world, women want a man that is confident and not awkward in social situations. Now, this doesn't mean you have to be an extrovert, but you should be able to confidently hold a conversation with her friends, her family, and even strangers that you meet. I mean, me, for instance, I do not consider myself an extrovert. I really don't even consider myself that outgoing. But I have no problem in starting up conversations with strangers, and I could laugh with them and joke around with them and, hold meaningful conversations. I joke around with my girl that I'm a social chameleon. You throw me into any social situation and I could adapt pretty quickly. But it is very true that it gets annoying to women if you're really awkward and you don't want to participate in social functions or social events. I do know a girl whose boyfriend, he's just not interested in those sort of things unless he has to, like a family party or something like that. And it really annoys her, and it kind of turns her off, the fact that he's just not interested in doing those kinds of things. So that's really something you should think about. And if you are awkward like that, you should start practicing by talking to people, maybe like the clerk at the gas station or, someone on the street. really where I learned how to become more sociable is I had a dog. And of course, I live in a big city where there's tons of people around, but just walking the dog, I have to stop every half a block and talk to somebody. And honestly, it gets a little annoying, but it really did help with my social skills. Number 6 is communication. Now, can you communicate with a woman in a non-linear fashion? What I mean by this is you want to be able to communicate with her in a way that adds a little mystery, where she's not totally 100% sure if you're being serious, or she's not totally 100% sure what you mean. Now, obviously, there are going to be times where you have to be completely direct with her. But for the most part, you just want to have a little fun with your communication and, make her wonder a little bit. This kind of goes along with being playful with her. You just want to say things that, kind of add, like I said, a little mystery to the conversation. Because this helps women wonder about you. When she goes home, she's wondering, what did he mean by that? And it just keeps things fun and interesting. It's not about playing games. It's just about being playful. Number 7 is physical fitness. Now, obviously, this is pretty obvious. Women want a man that takes care of himself and his body, just like you expect her to do. And not only that, but when you do this, you're going to feel better physically and you're going to be more confident. If you're a little overweight, if you're not into working out, start jogging or start walking. Anything that helps get your weight down, helps keep you slim, and start eating better, of course. That's really the most important thing. People don't understand that. They eat like pigs and then they go and work out and they're like, why do I still have this big belly? It's because you're not eating well. Number 8 is you want to be a little challenging. Now, in order for women to really fall in love with you, she needs to feel like she earned it. At least in the beginning, she really has to invest in you and win you over. Think of it like someone gave you a brand new sports car. Gave it to you, no strings attached. And of course, you're going to love it in the beginning. You're going to be like, holy shit, I got this free car and I could do whatever I want with it. I don't have to pay for it. And you drive it around for a little while, and after a while, you kind of get like a little bored with it. You don't care that much if it gets dinged up. You really don't wash it. You don't vacuum it out. But if you worked every single day, worked long hours, saved up your money, cut back on, doing fun things in order to save up money for this brand new car, you would take care of that car like your baby. And it's really the same thing with people, with relationships. So basically, if you give your love away too easily, she's going to feel like you're not really that worthy to her as she is to you. Now, number 9 is social status. Now, this one isn't 100% necessary, but it does help quite a bit. And what I mean here is, do you have a social circle that's filled with good friends and even acquaintances? And if you were to be considered like the leader of the social circle or the glue that holds it together, that's even better. It could be helpful. Now, number 10, your sense of adventure. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to be an extreme athlete or a world traveler. And those things do help, though. But what I'm suggesting is that you do more fun and interesting things, and things that are even a little risky once in a while. And this just helps add to your already fulfilling lifestyle. But women really love fun and interesting men who aren't afraid to take an occasional risk here and there. It's kind of exciting to them, and you really stand out to her. You're kind of out of the ordinary, and women are really drawn to these kind of men. And finally, number 11 is desirability. And what I mean here is, are you desired by other women? And if that's not a reality at this point, it's a good idea to start flirting with all women, whether you're attracted to them or not. Just have a little fun, and if you can, even start dating multiple women. if you're not already in a committed relationship. I actually did a video not that long ago called Why You Should Be Dating Multiple Women, and I highly recommend that you check that out. It will help with attracting other women. And I know it's counterintuitive, but women do want men that other women want. And the reason why, it's kind of like you're a rare commodity. I mean, think about it. If you got that one girl that all the other men wanted and she chose to be with you, you would feel quite special. And it's the same thing for women. So by you dating other women and flirting with other women, it kind of shows that you have, this extra desirability. It's like social proof to women that you're interested in. And I'm not suggesting that you should be a player and, screw women over or anything like that. I mean, once you find a woman that you want to be committed to, then I am not suggesting that you go out and mess around with other women by any means. But that's it for this video. And if you have found this video of any value, down below in the description section, I have a link to PayPal if you would like to donate. It could be for any amount. I would really appreciate it. And also in the description down below, I also have the links to both my contact page and my coaching page, which I talked about my services towards the beginning of this video. But I will catch you on the next video. Have a good one. Bye-bye.